Hello everyone, Remon Azab here again, aka Remon, bringing you some more Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Now, last video we went over some of the potential game changers for the upcoming tank takedown raid, and now we just received an update to come, which is pretty interesting because uh, typically we don't find out what happens in an update till after the update comes through. So for the first time, at least in a while that I can remember, we're actually going to get some information uh, in advance. So we know when the update goes live on Friday, there's going to be some changes to the game. Some mostly minor things, but overall could be very beneficial, especially when it comes to some of the challenges that we're going to be doing in the game, and some of the mod challenges possibly. So let's get into that right away. Now, let's see here. Okay, so here are the notes for the update that will be fully rolled out on Friday. Please note that some of these changes are already live, but not all of them will be until August 5th. So that's just them letting us know that some of the tweaks, I guess, or bug fixes may be already active, but some of the other updates won't fully roll out until Friday. And this is great because again, one of the biggest problems I've seen, or one of the biggest issues that I think people have had is lack of communication, right? I mean, they just dropped mods on us without really giving us any kind of warning, other than a snapshot, and no type of, explanation as to how the mechanics worked and, what mods really were. So, and that was probably the biggest update of the game, especially when the mods first rolled out. So, like ever. So I mean, now, especially considering how much that changed the game, especially initially when the mods first came out, it was quite a surprise that we didn't get any, information leading up to that, or any type of tutorial as to how to, work with these mods, and they just kind of, dropped the mods on everybody and had them all try to figure it out. So everybody was kind of scurrying about, trying to figure out, what the hell these mods are in the first place, and how to use them most effectively. Now, we're going to be getting Omega battles back this weekend. The Omega battle event returns on August 6th and 7th. You're going to be able to take in Jawas, Ewoks, First Order, and Empire characters. Um, Saturday, August 6th, will require Empire and Ewok characters, and Sunday will be First Order and Jawas. Okay, so uh, get those characters ready. Um, I know some of these characters are. Yeah, I'm assuming a lot of people have some First Order characters, and maybe even a Jawa, or a couple of obviously everybody has a lot of people have Darth Vader, and maybe a Tebow, and um, a an Ewok Elder, but uh, these are again some of the lesser popular characters to farm. So hopefully everybody's got their teams ready for the Omega battles. Now, daily packs are now available for purchase to help players build out their squads for mod challenges. Each pack will be available for 24 hours from August 5th to August 10th, and may be purchased at a max of 10 times each. Okay, so what they're trying to do here again is kind of like they try to capitalize on the Jedi event every time the Yoda event comes out. They try to capitalize with that Jedi and Apprentice pack, or the Master and Apprentice pack that they sell. Same idea here. They're obviously trying to get you to get some help to get to complete those mod challenges a bit quicker, and a great way to do that is to sell you some shards for characters. So I'm not sure what else is included in that. It may only be shards, kind of like those raid packs were when they came out, where you were able to get shards for some of the more impactful players in the raid. Um, Now, galactic gear packs are again going to be available. I'm not a huge fan of them because there's not a guaranteed drop on raid gear. So there's a chance you're going to get stuff that you can get, you know, through farming, and if you get that, it's not worth the investment. Uh, Sunday guild activity. This should be easy, right? Has been changed from completing cantina battles to spending cantina energy. Okay, so that means basically, if you're either doing your cantina battles for the day or buying mods, that's still going to count towards your guild challenge. So that's great. The daily activity battle hardened now counts any battle that uses cantina energy. Okay. Okay, so that's cool. So that means basically, instead of having to purchase or having to use or sim 3 cantina nodes each day, you can use cantina energy instead. So that means you can again either farm for characters in cantina or farm for mods in the mod table. So that's great. Now, some bug fixes here. Um, Apparently, there was a bug that allowed Jedi to resist the ability block on Vader's basic ability, and they fixed the bug for several characters that applied negative status effects when they counter to expire a bit early. They fixed a bug that causes Vader's basic ability to deal damage twice. Uh, Grandmaster Yoda's Master Stroke. It seems like every time there's an update, I'm hearing something else about Grandmaster Yoda's Master Stroke, or one of his abilities being adjusted, or them taking away the ability for him to steal a certain buff, or it just seems like they've been reworking Grandmaster Yoda forever. But some of the bigger things here. Uh, Wedge Antilles' red leader now functions correctly. That's huge. IG-88, Gamorrean Guard, and Stormtrooper Han now have the Scoundrel tag. So that's going to help you out with your Scoundrel event, which we're actually going to be getting today. Today, Thursday. So we're going to be getting the Scoundrel event um, later today. That's already confirmed, and that's gonna help out. Now, I don't think we're gonna get this update in time for you to be able to capitalize on that for today. So you're not gonna really get to use IG-88 Gamorrean Guard or Stormtrooper Han most likely until the next Scoundrel event. But it will definitely make it a bit easier. So you won't have to either start leveling up characters to complete that event, or if you already have a couple of these characters. I know I do. Or you'll be able to just avoid having to slap mods on characters and then take them off again just for the event, which is definitely a relief, because I'm not working on a Scoundrel team for arena or anything like that, so I don't want to be putting any gear into them just at the moment. So um, now, fix the bug that caused the damage over time effects inflicted by IG-88's leader ability to be unresistible. Okay, so I guess um, there was a bug where IG-88's leader ability, which is really, I guess, going to start to pop up a little bit with people who are getting the Geonosian Spy, because that's going to help all the Geonosians inflict negative status effects, which gives the Spy term meter. Um, so yeah, I mean, it should be resistible. So that's every other ability is, so it makes sense. Now this is pretty huge here, but nothing to really think about yet, because they haven't made any adjustments to the characters specifically. But Count Dooku, Asajj Ventress, B2 Super Battle Droid, Newt Gunray, Geonosian Soldier, Geonosian Spy, Poggle the Lesser, General Grievous, IG-100 Magna Guard, Sunfac now have the Separatist tag. So no changes to these characters are being introduced at this time. In the future, these characters may be updated to utilize their affiliation or to adjust their existing kits to provide synergy. Okay, so this is pretty cool. This is going to provide a whole nother synergy again at some point, which may be really awesome. Now, I hope they don't alter any of these characters too heavily, but if they add, certain things to these characters that make their abilities work well with other characters that are going to be in this same group, it could be great to, maybe utilize some of the synergies. Could make some of these characters that right now aren't really quite as viable more viable. Like, let's say you're Asajj Ventress, maybe Newt Gunray, Poggle, possibly, and of course the droids, Grievous and Magna Guard, could be possibly benefiting hugely from maybe having some sort of a synergy with some of these other characters. So something to look forward to in the future. Again, not much detail on that, but just the fact that they're adding um, a separatist team is pretty cool. So that's pretty much the gist of it. We're going to be getting that rolled out on Friday, so exciting stuff. Things to look forward to. Just going to run through some GW here and just give you some ranting on some things that I've been thinking about. Now, as far as the the game's concerned, I think it's at a great place right now. Like I said in my last video, I think there's a lot of new content coming out. There's a lot of things to look forward to. Again, we have another movie coming out, so we're going to be getting a whole bunch of new players. Just thinking that there needs to be some sort of other activity throughout the day that I think gives us something to really to challenge ourselves. And maybe that sounds nuts. Maybe you're already spending too much time playing this game, and I get it. Believe me, I stopped doing Galactic Wars for a period of time because not because they were too difficult, but just because they were too annoying, and I didn't feel like spending all that time to do it. But just the fact that by the time you're done with a Galactic War, let's say in 15 or 20 minutes, and you get your couple of PvP matches in, and now that we can sim the challenges, it seems like there's just that simming those challenges seems like it freed up a bunch of time. I guess I don't know, but I guess what I'm saying here is that I'd like to see some other maybe type of PvP, maybe a 3-on-3 PvP, or maybe a 6 player PvP, maybe something different where you could team up with another player and combine characters. Maybe like a tag team type thing, or obviously guild versus guild PvP would be amazing. But anyway, just something that that we could do every day, not necessarily like a raid or anything like that, something that we could do every day that would be another challenge. The last thing that we've gotten is Galactic Wars, and I mean, maybe it could be challenges. They've released a ton of challenges. You have the Force challenge with Kit Fisto and Ayla. You have the Empire challenge. We have the Ewok challenge. We have the Droid challenge. We have the Scoundrel challenge. I mean, they've released tons of challenges, and it seems like there's no rush to get some of these challenges back into the fold. I feel like, I mean, they could run one of those challenges once a week. Something, not only just to brush up content, but also something just to, give you an ability to get more credits. Credits are the crunch right now. Spending credits on mods, spending credits on leveling up characters. I mean, credits, right? You just need them. And, I, for one, don't feel like just investing money to buy credits, because, I mean, I've done that, and it's not worth it. I mean, it's so disappointing to purchase 30,000 crystals and just watch them all go to credits. I mean, it just, I could do that and I could get Cody. I'd rather do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't want to have to make that kind of an investment just to decide, or just to make the decision that I'm going to also level up mods and, update some of these characters. And right now, I mean, there's quite a few characters that I want to update because, we're getting close to the new raid, so we want to, try to level up some characters. I'm working on Jawas for the mod challenge. I'm also, I'm also heavily considering a couple other teams. I mean, like I said, I like to, theory craft and think about some different options. There's a guy in our TeamSkunk that's running a Boba Fett lead with Darth Maul and Captain Phasma. That's a team I've thought about for a while now, and I'd like to put that together as well. Maybe not exactly with the same build that he has, but just overall, that synergy there between those three, I think you could try it out with a couple other support characters and really get a cool team going. Now, I don't know how great it would do in defense, but either way, it's just fun. Also, I mean, probably even before that, I'm going to be working on this Rebel synergy with Wedge and Biggs Darklighter, and possibly Lando, and gear is one thing. That's a whole nother thing. But credits. I mean, my Biggs Darklighter's at level 1. It's going to cost me 4 million credits to get the guy to level 80. And that's not including getting him up to 7 stars. That's not including any gear I'm going to slap on the guy. And on top of that, I got to give him mods. So, you're talking about, hundreds of thousands of credits on mods. So, it's just all around credits, 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 credits. And it just seems like, we could really benefit from maybe some extra credit challenges. Now, they took away the credit challenge in the cantina. So there was you had the ability for a while there to either do a training droids challenge or a credits challenge. During the day if you really needed some extra credits. It was horrible. It was the worst event or worst challenge I've seen. I mean, it was just basically, it gave you a chance at a 3 times multiplier for 8,000 credits at the highest tier. So, there was you had a chance to get 24,000 credits with I don't know, a ton of energy, and it just didn't. It was not worth the investment, and I can't think of anybody that's. I mean, I did it one time, and never again. I'm assuming that's why they took it away, but they didn't have to take it away. They just had to change it, right? I mean, they didn't have to completely eliminate the ability to get credits throughout the day if you want to. They just had to create maybe a challenge that was worth it. I felt like, when they first came out with the challenge, and it was like 50 energy, which this is a while back, but it was like 50 energy, but you had an opportunity to get 125,000 credits out of it. So, I mean, if you decided that day you were just going to devote all your refreshes to credits, you could amass an extra 600,000-700,000 credits throughout the day for a reasonable price, and you just had to unlock the event for an hour, and you could go into it as many times as you wanted with your energy. And I thought that, again, I thought that was bad. And then they came out with the new credit event, and that new credit event was, I mean, horrible. So it's just, they took it away, but just replace it with something that's, a little bit more, a little bit more worth it, a little bit more worth the energy that you're spending on it. I don't see any benefit to getting to doing a challenge where there's a chance I could get 8,000 credits out of it for like 30 energy. That's just not worth it. I'd rather spend that 30 energy on trying to farm gear. But if you give me a challenge where I have a chance to get 50k credits, 100k credits, or 150k credits, and obviously being that the 150k credits may happen a bit more rarely, but at least something like that would be interesting. It'd be worth a roll of the dice. Maybe put credits in Cantina shipments, like we were talking about the other day. Oh, you can't get any. No, sorry, not Cantina shipments. Galactic War shipments. You can't get anything out of Galactic War shipments anymore if you're done farming characters. Anybody who's already got Grievous is just sitting there collecting Galactic War tokens. Maybe just putting them into the shard shop, for the hell of it, just so they have some extra shard shop currency whenever Vader shards pop up. But other than that, you're not really looking at a ton of things to do with your Galactic War tokens if you're done farming. So maybe create a place where we can put some Galactic War tokens towards buying credits. That'd be great. You know what I'm saying? There's just a lot of ways they can go with it. It doesn't seem like they're looking to make the grind any faster. They just keep adding things to make it longer. So I'm not sure that that's what I'm saying here may be the opposite of what they're actually looking to do. But I think that in the long term, again, you don't want to completely eliminate the grind, but in some cases, especially for myself, I mean, I have a decent amount of 7-star characters, and I'd like to level them up. I know it's going to take time, and I don't ever want to be done with it. Otherwise, I'll be done with the game, right? But I feel like I'm so far behind, and it's like it seems like I can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? So I mean, just other things that could help you catch up a little bit quicker would be beneficial, and maybe just creating some more events, or some more content throughout the week that could help us generate credits, I think would be a huge help as well. I also feel personally that there should be some sort of a way to get purple mats on a daily basis as well. I mean, purple mats are pretty much not as valuable anymore now that the omegas are out there. You're still gonna have to omega everything anyway. Create some sort of daily challenge for us to get purple mats, maybe same idea, like in the challenge section. I mean, you have that section sitting there now completely wasted, right? There's only a training droids challenge there right now. Throw a purple mats challenge in there where I can get maybe 3 purple mats for 50 energy or whatever, and this way I can at least do something to start to finish up some of these characters maybe on the bottom of my list, and or finish up some of the characters that maybe I just haven't purchased all the abilities for yet. You're always going back and making adjustments, and finishing off characters that maybe you didn't get a chance to because another priority came up. So I mean, getting extra purple mats never hurts, and the cost for them in arena shipments is outrageous. I mean, 700 arena tokens to get one purple mat for for everybody. I mean, that's one extra purple mat a day. I mean, that's a lot of that's a large investment for one mat. So I mean, I feel like there should be some sort of a purple mats challenge, or some sort of event where you can attain purple mats other than the 3 challenges that we get a week. So because we just don't get enough out of them. It's sometimes it could be 15 mats if you get lucky and you get RNG that gives you 5 mats every time, or sometimes you get 4, and the most you can get is 12. So it's going to be between 12 and 15, and that's enough to to level up maybe 2 or 3 abilities, and those are lower level abilities. I mean, if you're talking about doing a level 7 ability, it's going to be 9 mats, possibly 7 mats to do that. So you're talking about getting 1 ability done, maybe 2. So it's again, it's just that those purple mats are not they haven't been made like quite as widely available as they should be, I think, at this point. And I think that they should take a look at it. Just something to think about. I mean, again, I'm sure they have a plan in place, and there's a reason why they do everything that they do. What am I saying? Probably not. But I mean, as far as that goes, at least they gave us a heads up this time instead of just dropping the bomb on us. I mean, now again, it wasn't a huge update, so I don't think there were any changes that would have rolled out that would have turned us on our heads. But it definitely it's great to know that they're trying to maybe now start to give us some information in advance. So when future updates come out, we'll be able to plan and get things ready for it correctly. I mean, I'm sure there were a lot of people that would love to have maybe stored up more energy for the mods when they came out, or whatever, or at least knowing a little bit more about what they were when they came out, so they could have understood what they were investing in before they made an investment. Just things like that really help, and you want everybody in the game to start off on the right foot. You don't want to put anybody in a situation where they're going to fall behind, or not have a fair shot to play with anybody else. But anyway, just wanted to go over the patch notes that are coming up, and the recent updates notes, and also uh, basically have a discussion with you guys about the state of the credit situation, and challenges during the day. So again, as usual, if you have any questions, please like, comment, subscribe. If you're interested in joining a TeamSkunk guild, come on over to teamskunk.com. Follow the instructions to come over to our Discord. We have a looking for guild section there where you can just basically put some of your basic information in there, and we can appropriately place you into a guild for your skill level, or for your raid time that you're looking for. For any type of player from level 1 to level 80, with any type of roster, we have a home for you, and everybody is welcome. At lordskunk.com, we have tons of tips and guides, and if you're looking for updates about the community, you can go check us out there at lordskunk.com. Yeah, I mean, if you guys have any suggestions or anything you'd like to see me do on my next video, please leave me a comment in the comments section, or come on over to teamskunk.com and meet me over in Discord. Send me a private message. I'd love to hear from you. Other than that, I appreciate you guys' time, and may the force be with you. Have a good night.